Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. So in this video lecture series, we are going to discuss cascading style sheets where this is our lecture number 4, and in this lecture we will be discussing about advantages and disadvantages of using cascading style sheets along with your HTML code. Okay, so let's move to the advantages first. So as you can see here, we have so many points. First point says consistency. So cascading style sheet helps to build a consistent structure that web designers can use to construct other web pages. As we have discussed in previous lecture series, in previous lecture, that cascading style sheets always provide us a consistent design. This means what? Suppose I have two HTML pages, and if I want to use same properties in both the pages, so I can use .css, external .css, right? So this is how we can say that key CSS is always consistent and it always provides us consistency, and because of this the web designers working efficiency also improves. Means what? If you want to uh, change the color of this particular heading on your HTML pages, so what we need to do here is we need to change it only once in .css file. This is how CSS actually increase the working efficiency of any web designer. Next advantage is ease of use. So CSS is very simple to use, very easy to use, and it facilitates the creation of the websites. As we have discussed in previous lectures, that with the help of HTML, we can just create the web pages. We can just create the basic outline, or we can create the basic structure of a web page. But when we use or when we add cascading style sheets to our HTML page, it helps us to make it more interactive or make it more attractive. So that's why we write it here as it facilitates the creation of the website. Also, all the codes are put on one page in case of external cascading style sheet, meaning it would not involve going through multiple pages to improve or edit the lines. Similar in this case, if I want to change the color or font size of this particular H2 tag, so what a user can do, a user can change its properties on css file only. Next advantage is website speed. So typically the code used by the website may be up to 2 or more pages, but when we use cascading style sheet, then uh, it avoids the website loading problems. Okay, so automatically when it avoids the website loading problem, it captures low space to store the data, to store the codes or tags. It automatically increase the speed of our website. Okay, so always when we use CSS, it always allow our website to run faster. Next advantage is multiple browser support. So what does it mean is multiple browser? You should know the meaning of browser, with the help of which we can run any website like Google Chrome, Mozilla Firefox, इस तरह से. Okay, so multiple browse support means many browsers support CSS, and it is consistent with all the web browsers on the internet. So this is the major and most important advantage of using cascading style sheets, that whenever we run CSS on any browser, it uh, it helps the web page to run very smoothly. Okay, any web page very smoothly we can run any web page very smoothly on any web browser if we use cascading style sheets. Next important advantage is transfer size. So it decreases the size of file transfer, therefore the file transfer is very quick. So whenever suppose a user wants to transfer any data from one website to another website, or some one web page to another web page, and if the page used CSS, then the file transfer speed is very quick. Next is web page crawl. So cascading style sheets helps to allow SEO. SEO means search engine optimization. It allow SEO for the website, and adding CSS to the web pages makes it easier for the search engine to find the website in the search result. So this particular statement is very important for your examination point of view. So whenever a user add cascading style sheets to the web pages, then it makes search engine optimizers uh, to make the website visible very clearly. Okay. Other than this, we have other so many advantages of using cascading style sheet is that it is compatible with multiple devices. For example, if I am using CSS on my XYZ website, and suppose user A is running this particular website on Android mobile, user B is running this particular website on his laptop, let's say Windows 7, user 3 is running the same website on a laptop Windows 10, and user D is running the same website on let's say iPhone. Okay. So with the help of CSS allow the compatibility to multiple devices. Next important advantage of using CSS is that it is very easy to maintain. Okay. When we use cascading style sheets along with our HTML code or with any other language, it is very too easy. It becomes very easier to maintain the website, especially the designing part. Okay, especially here we are talking about the designing part only. Next advantage is that it support offline browsing also. I hope you all know the meaning of offline browsing. If you don't know, you can comment below. I will definitely reply you. Okay, so what is the meaning of offline browsing? You should know. So CSS always allow a user to browse any website in a offline mode, and also it provide a user more attributes. As we have discussed in the previous lecture, where we have discussed the difference between CSS and CSS3, we have discussed in detail that CSS and its latest version, that is CSS3, always provide us more attributes, and it also had good community support. It has good community support. Also, by using CSS, we can make our website more interactive and more easier to use to every user. Okay. Next is, let's talk about the disadvantages of using cascading style sheets. The first disadvantage is many CSS versions. As you all know, we have discussed in previous lecture that there are so many updated or latest versions of cascading style sheets available in the market. As opposed to other versions like HTML or JavaScript, CSS has various versions like CSS1, CSS2, CSS 2.1 and CSS3. Okay, so CSS3 is the latest or updated, most updated version of this particular cascading style sheets. We can use CSS3 along with our HTML code, or along with let's say PHP, or along with any other programming language. It provides us so many new features. It provides us like text animation, text scrolling, text shadowing. All these things we can use, we can make use of all these things by using cascading style sheet 3. So somehow this is the disadvantage for so many users. Okay. Next is fragmentation. Fragmentation means what? Fragmentation means to divide one particular segment or to particular web page into so many small modules, so many small fragments, right? So fragmentation, there's a possibility with the CSS that we work with one browser and we will not be able to work with other web browsers. Thus, the web developers need to verify compatibility by running the software through various browsers before the website is set up. So this is called a fragmentation, and this is the major disadvantage. Next is complications. So with the use of third-party tools like Microsoft front page, CSS might become complicated. Okay, especially here we are talking about CSS3. Now, next important disadvantages that you should know is sometimes CSS can be very messy and can create complications in the code, especially when we use a cascading style sheet latest version on our ओल्ड विंडो वर्जन्स में जब हम CSS के लेटेस्ट वर्जन्स को यूज करने की कोशिश करते हैं, so it becomes very messy and it create complications in the website code. And also in CSS there is no interaction with database. This is the major disadvantage, that it has no interaction with database. Okay, as you all know, in every web page, in every website, database plays an important or major role. So if a language, if a program does not allow us to interact with the database, that means it is of no use. Okay, next is lack of security. So CSS is a system based on open text, so it has no built-in security mechanism that stops it from being overridden. So anyone can alter the CSS file. Yes, this is true. Okay, this is true. Anyone can alter the CSS file and modify the links by accessing its read and write operations. This is a very important disadvantage of using CSS. Okay, next important point is cross browser issues. So what does it mean is, it is simple to introduce initial CSS changes on the website at the developer's end. Okay, so although the modifications have been made, let's take an example especially for these two. Okay, suppose I am using any website name XYZ. Okay, as here you can see, anyone can alter the CSS file. Anyone can alter the CSS file of any web page. Suppose I am using the XYZ website. If I want to see its CSS, if I want to see the styles, if I want to see the font size, font color of that particular website, we can use it, we can see it, we can make changes on this particular CSS file on any website. Okay, so that's why lack of security is there in case of cascading style sheets. So all these are the major disadvantages of using cascading style sheets. So I hope everything is clear for you. Thanks for watching this.